Hello friends, it's Sam Cheney reporting for weaponizednews.com. Today is June 25th, 2016, and we're still celebrating Brexit. But don't be fooled, the globalists will not stop at Brexit because they were rejected. There's already reports about other petitions, and there's Scottish protesters throwing red Nazi golf balls, and it just goes on with the nonsense. The people voted to exit the European Union, but the mainstream media keeps pumping the propaganda and fear mongering. So be aware that this is the beginning of the end, or the end of the beginning, as G. Edward Griffith in his newsletter analysis states. Everybody subscribe to Need to Know Around the World by G. Edward Griffith. Let's get into his analysis now. And of course, here's Cameron, the Prime Minister of the UK, who's decided to step down because he backed the Stay In campaign, the Remain campaign for the EU because he's a globalist. Let's get into G. Edward Griffith's analysis now. The beginning of the end, or end of the beginning. It's not that we have a stake in Britain's internal affairs, but because this issue has as much to do with global government as it does with national prosperity. In other words, this is a setback for the big strategy to put elitist politicians and bankers in control of the entire world, and that affects all of us at the macro level. It is tempting to give a victory shout and boast that this is the beginning of the end for the globalists, but we know from long experience that they do not give up that easily. Even before the Brexit vote took place, undoubtedly they had prepared Plan B for just such an outcome. It is not hard to imagine what such a plan would include. The proven technique for herding the masses into places they would not otherwise choose is to cause them to experience fear and panic. In modern times, this has become an important part of political science, in which grotesque enemies are engineered and manufactured with great precision. False flag attacks are the new normal, and as illustrated in this Newsweek's cover, there even is a talent agency that provides crisis actors to corporate and government clients around the world. Everything is possible, including a return to the EU, if people are in fear for their lives as a result of war, terrorism, economic collapse, or civil disorder, all of which can be arranged. It is an eerie feeling knowing that there are people in high places like Maurice Strong, a UN icon for internationalism, who not only long for the economic destruction of advanced countries, but are in a position to bring it about. It was Strong who said, and of course this is Maurice Strong right here, globalist piece of trash. It was Strong who said, what if a small group of these world leaders were to conclude that the principal risk to the earth comes from the actions of the rich countries? The group decides isn't the only hope for the planet that the industrialized civilizations collapse. It's our responsibility to bring that about. And of course, that's a quote out of G. Edward Griffith's book, The Creature from Jekyll Island, page 533. And we see that playing out now with carbon tax here in California. Continuing, the current victory over the EU is not the beginning of the end, but the end of the beginning of a long and fierce contest between the forces of global tyranny and personal freedom. It is good to rejoice and celebrate, but the next battle is coming, and we must prepare now. The price for liberty is eternal vigilance. So, Cameron resigned. The UK voted to exit the European Union. But make no mistake, the New World Order globalist banking cartel will strike back against the people through any means necessary, real or engineered. As pointed out, war, terrorism, economic collapse, civil disorder, all of them can be arranged because the central bankers have control of monetary policy in the Western world. That's why we must end private central banking. Do your own research about the Brexit, about the decline, about the defeat in this battle, in one battle against the New World Order, and think about how they're going to strike back against the people. Do your own research, subscribe to this channel, speak out, and take action.